What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Derek O'Shea Show. Did you endure last night's January hearings? I don't know if you couldn't help it because it was on every single TV channel because we had to see it. Most of us are logically thinking individuals. I assume a lot of my viewers are like me, where you saw January 6th as a crazy event, insane, horrifying, terrible. But also, the media and politicians are making it to be something that it's not. When we, like you and me, both watch an entire summer of people's lives being destroyed and multiple deaths happening, and what do? They bail these people out. So when someone like me and you are watching what happened last night, I can't help but laugh because it was over emotionally stimulating. As you saw people being interviewed, retelling their stories, which was a horrible story, but then the politician would stop and have a very disingenuous moment, look him in the eye and say, please retell that story, but use a more emotional language. How did you feel while you were there? Take us back again. I know you just said what you just said, but I want you to say it one more time for the cameras. Look into the cameras for us. In fact, last night, as they walked into the ceremony, the hearing, they had a little red carpet.
It's going to be
Here's
laid
a
out
red
tonight,
carpet.
They'll make their own independent decision.
Yeah, I will tell you this.
What are you guys wearing tonight? Oh my God, you guys look so fabulous.
Unusual for
Is
the
that
Justice Department to
Versace?
have this kind of pressure.
Oh,
I mean, keep in
fantastic.
mind, most
Hey,
federal investigations
come talk to
are done
us.
very
Come talk to us
quietly,
before you go
behind
inside.
closed doors.
Perfect.
Grand
You're
jury.
basically a celebrity. How many followers on Twitter do you have? What's your TikTok like? Are you doing dances?
Meet. There's
I
leaks
love that
and-
shirt. Oh, that shirt says insurrection and it defines it. Yeah, this isn't all just for show. This is very serious and very solemn. I don't know if you watched it last night, but it was almost like they were told to have a very serious look on their face. Anytime they would smile, you'd see them smile and then go, actually, I'm not supposed to do this.
Sometimes, but typically, you don't really know what's
It's a
going
who's who at the red carpet. And last night, let's check in on some of the most groundbreaking stuff that's going on currently right now.
So when the Proud Boys went back down the hill to the Peace Circle,
The
did a
heel.
larger crowd start together?
Well, no, first of all, we went round to the back and down the steps, and we took some photographs on the east side of the Capitol, and then we went for lunch. We went for tacos.
Oh, God. So they're showing footage that you and I have already seen, but then they're including this kind of stuff like this. And it's hard for me as a human being with a sense of humor not to mock this to the nth degree, as this is called a bipartisan panel, which is the biggest BS that they're trying to feed you. But, you know, that's what the corporate media does, and that's what they try to do. And here's a picture of them right now with a teleprompter in front of them, telling them what to say. Ergo, they probably didn't write it themselves. Somebody else wrote it, and they slow it down for an emotional breaks and emotional pauses, because this thing is supposed to be taken very seriously, and you need to remember how horrible Pearl Harbor was. I mean, January 6th was, as it was compared to Pearl Harbor by them. But why are they doing this? What is their deal? We get it. We thought it was horrible. We hope it never happens again. Well, something I've been thinking about is that same day before, a justice's life was being threatened. Ergo, intimidation tactics in order for a ruling to be taken place. And what does the left do that same day? Well, right after, they go back and protest his house. Assassination attempt. You're not meant to feel comfortable. This is protesters right outside Brett Kavanaugh's house. The same day. They don't care. They don't have a meaning of life. They don't care what they have to do. In fact, they'll put on political theater and then they'll force it down your throat. And if you're against the opposition, they're going to continue to hammer you down because that's all that matters to these people. As Obama says today, that we need to take steps to detoxify our discourse.
We have to take steps to detoxify our discourse, particularly the scourge of disinformation and conspiracy theories and hate online that has polluted our.
That's right. You thought it was going to be this nice statement of we need to detoxify, we need to come together, and even if we have different opinions, we can have a conversation with one another because after all, we're freaking Americans at the end of the day. No, we still have to scourge this disinformation conspiracy theory. And if you might push back and say, yeah, let's get rid of conspiracy theories, but think about the things that they called conspiracy theories, especially the past few years. This isn't just flat earth anymore. This is political opposition they're talking about. We need to just scourge them from the earth. We need to get rid of them. But let's also detoxify. And it's like an abusive relationship, isn't it? It's like, remember January 6th? Oh, Brett Kavanaugh, I know your life was just taken down, but we're still going to protest in front of your house the same day someone tried to murder you. And we need to detoxify. We need to scourge these people from the earth. Why are they doing this? Why are they ramping up their rhetoric? Why are they talking about January 6th? What's the deal? Because they know this election cycle coming up is going to be a catastrophe for the left. Because inflation just hit a 40-year high of 8.3%. Here's a little graph I'd like to show you. December 20th, Trump's last full month in office. Inflation was 1.4%. February 21st, inflation went up to 1.7. April 21st, inflation went up 4.2. June 21st, inflation went 5.4. August 21st, 5.3. August 22nd, 6.2. December 21st, 7.0. February 22nd, 7.9. When Putin invades Ukraine, it's already at 7.9. April 22nd, 8.3. And what is the next one going to show? Inflation is up higher than ever. You and I are both feeling it. Why we go to the gas pump, why we go buy our groceries, and these people don't care. As Biden has said on Jimmy Kimmel, our economy isn't the strongest in the world. We're doing great, so shut your mouth. Remember January 6th? You don't want those people in office. Here's CNN this morning.
Christine Roman's here. What do they say?
Cruel summer, record high gas prices at play in these numbers, 8.6% year over year inflation. That is, again, the highest since 1981. When you look at the core rate or the month over month, it's 1% there. But 8.6%, that's really a tough number to swallow here. It's gas prices, but the CPI, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, John, saying that it's broad-based. I mean, you're talking about food, gas, shelter. Some of these fuel categories are just almost off the charts here. You look at the trajectory, it doesn't feel like there's very much peaking. Remember last month we were talking about whether this would peak? Well, guess what happened after we saw the last number, right? We saw gas prices reach these record after record high. And so that's what's at play here. So if you want to try to find a sign of the peak, it would be in stripping out food and energy and looking month to month. That's 0.6% increase. That matches last month. But people, look, people have to drive, they have to eat, and they have to live someplace. And those are categories that are still rising.
These politicians don't care about you. They care about themselves. They care about their narrative. They care about squashing their opposition and will do whatever it takes in order to do so. That's why you have people in jail that haven't been charged yet over January 6th. That's why we're having little red carpets on MSNBC of a who's who walking into the January 6th hearing before the big night. It's like the Super Bowl for the liberals. I almost said something else. And at the same time, they'll protest in front of someone's house the same day a life was being tried to be taken. A SCOTUS appointee, a SCOTUS judge, an intimidation tactic, basically what the cartel does. They're domestic terrorists. And then we have these little overblown, over-emotional shows on every single channel being forced to watch by everyone, like we're the CCP or North Korea. We're going to relive this moment over and over again, but they don't want to help you. They don't care about what's going on with you. Like Obama says, they're not trying to detoxify the discourse. They're just ramping it up even more. In fact, you and I will look at something like inflation. You'll look at your pocketbooks. You'll look at what's going on in the world, and they'll tell you, stop looking at you freaking idiot. You don't know what's good for you. We're good for you. And don't vote Republican or else you'll get January 6th every single day. It almost seems like a threat in some ways. I hope you're paying attention. I hope you're listening to these people's arguments and what they take. Because, show me your time and I'll show you what's important to you. And this is what's important to them. They don't care about inflation. They don't care about gas prices. In fact, they'll lie to your face. They don't care about housing market. They just want your votes. They want to stay in power. But it's not hopeless. I always want to add some hope at the end of my podcast. My hope is that you guys are paying attention just like me. You're telling your friends and family about how they just constantly lie to you. I mean, I got into an argument with somebody on Twitter just last night about how great Biden's been, so articulate. And I was just like, articulate? Is this a parody account? I also got into somebody about the January 6th hearings. And then she was like, what, do you listen to Fox News? No. You are different than most people because you seek out information. Most people around you aren't seeking out information. They're just allowing people to be fed information and they just spit out the same stuff. I get in conversations all the time, and 90% of the things I hear out of people's mouths are just stupid talking points because so many people are not very privy or drawn to intellectual arguments or conversations or looking between the lines. They just want their information given to them. So my encouragement to you is to go out and tell people about what's going on in the world and the reasons why. Don't let them just say things like Putin's price hikes or price gouging, as if, yeah, maybe there's some price gouging, but maybe also there's tons of other factors. It's like people blaming school shooting on guns itself. There's not nuance to these conversations. So my encouragement to you is to bring more nuance into political discussions. Don't be this over the top black and white person, but look through the gray lines, because our politicians are worried about January 6th. They're talking about how great the economy is. They're talking about green energy while you are struggling to pay rent, while you are struggling to pay your mortgage, while you are struggling to find baby formula, while you look at your gas pump every day and it doesn't seem like it's going down, does it? Because they don't care. Just buy electric. Shut your mouth. My encouragement to you is that stop putting your hope in politicians, because you're gonna walk out and feel hopeless at the end. That's what happens when you put your hope in politicians. You're going to continue to feel hopeless. You're going to continue to feel like they don't care about you, because they don't. There's too much going on in their world. Find people that love you. Engage in your local politics. Speak up when you feel you need to speak up, because the more people speak up, the better it's going to feel. And the more these abusers and these people that constantly lie to you about what's going on in the world will feel like less power. The more an abusive relationship, the more you speak up towards the abuser, the more the light can shine in, the more that truth can shine. I hope you guys have a great Friday. I have a huge video coming out tomorrow. I hope you enjoy it. It's on inflation. It's a huge video. I hope you enjoy it. I put probably way too much time into it, but I hope you have a great day. Tell your friends and family about the Derek O'Shea Show. If you want to support me, go to buymeacoffee.com/Derek O'Shea Show. I'd greatly appreciate it. I freaking love you guys. And look after yourselves, look after the people you love, and find meaning in your life, because it's very important to find meaning, especially in times of inflation, because inflation, after all, is the cruelest tax on the poor. Have a great day.